Welcome back to the Down to Marz podcast. This is the promo pod edition, and I'm welcoming back my best friend, Fiona Mackenzie. Welcome back to the pod.
Back again. I'm
Part
excited to
two.
be back.
Good.
Part
I'm
two.
glad. We needed this part two. We
Yes,
did not get to discuss everything on part one. So
No, we discussed a lot.
we did. I feel like we mainly touched on getting into promo modeling, the promo world and stuff. So
The basics.
exactly. So we'll dive a little bit back into that. And then I know we finished off talking about on-premise events. I know we were talking about our setup and just like different things for that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go back into that as well. But let's start with, I wanted to start with like our contracts and stuff.
Okay.
So, because that's another obviously big main part of starting out when you're first
Getting into it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're getting tons of different contracts.
Yes.
So we want to talk a little bit about like contracts and
Mm-hmm.
stuff and what's expected of you, what you're expected to look like, and just basically what you're signing off on. I mean, the first time I got into this, like I said, I got into it with Evolve, and they emailed me the contract, and I want to say that was like one of the only contracts I like read thoroughly, because I was like, this is my first time, and like
Yeah.
I didn't know what to think or what to expect or anything. So obviously I read it, and yeah, I was just like, I remember being with my mom and my sister because I was just like laughing at some of the stuff that it said on there.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. So like I remember that one vividly, but any other time got under another company, I don't think I really like
I couldn't
read their
even-
contract.
I couldn't even tell you where any of my contracts
Yeah.
are, what I signed off on.
That's
Or
bad. We might don't come for us.
They're gonna sue us.
Whoops. But yeah, so I want to pull up my top flight one really quick
Okay, yeah.
because I just think it's funny. And this is the only one I think I have access to. I mean, I'm sure I can go find some, but I just haven't in a while.
I don't even know where we would
I
find
think
it.
that it would be like in your email, because you know when you like sign off online, they'll send you a copy of the document.
I delete all my emails.
Okay, you're one of those.
Yeah.
Not me. I keep everything. I'm a receipt girl. But anyways, okay, so essentials for all promotions. 1, a neat and professional appearance is required. Make sure to wear branded attire as provided. Your hair must be styled, and you must be wearing makeup.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know how many girls I see on the field nowadays that like natural girls?
Yeah, I worked with a girl not that long ago, and she didn't have on any makeup. And
Yeah.
she looked pretty. But I'm so used she did, but
I'm sure. I believe you.
I'm so used to having to put on a full face of makeup for an event that I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. No,
It's
I
different.
see that a lot for some reason. So I feel like, and it's typically with like, I don't know about the girl you worked with, but the
Mhm.
few girls I've worked with that have come with zero makeup are girls that have just been doing this for years and years and years and just simply like couldn't
Don't
be
care.
bothered anymore.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think it's also ridiculous that we can't wear our hair up.
Yeah, they do say that for some promos. Yeah.
And like, what exactly constitutes styled?
I'm not sure.
Because like, what about our girls like that have to wear protective hairstyles or like?
Yeah, your hair
You
must be
know-
styled. Yeah, I don't know exactly. I guess it just means like brushed. Like brush that shit and make it look like you attempted to like
Yeah,
That's
like,
what
don't
I
come
would
in a messy
think.
bun.
yeah.
I feel like in other
Cuz this is a style, but it's like it's not really like I did much. I straightened it, but it's
Right,
a style.
but I
I
mean,
guess it would be considered a style.
yeah, I guess anything would be a style. I remember the photos in, I don't think it was Evolve, but it was Select that they would send, so like years and years ago, and it was like clearly just a girl with like blown out hair, like straight
Examples you're saying?
blonde. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've never been sent an example. That is so funny. I don't think.
Mhm. And they titled it "The Girls Next Door Look."
Oh.
And and it's a very specific makeup look that they want also, like you're wearing makeup but you're not. So a
Mhm.
full face of makeup but not any color or
Yeah.
anything
It's
too
and it's super
extravagant.
specific.
Mhm.
I think because I've experienced like companies that want me to look one way and then companies that want me to look another way.
Mhm.
And then there's like Bea, who we love,
Yeah.
but one thing that did drive me crazy is she was always
red
about
lips?
yes, she was always about the red lip, and I'm just like, girl, it's not always the
Probably 'cause she
vibe.
looks good in a
She
red lip,
exactly,
she just thinks
exactly,
that
because
everybody
she
will.
pops off in a red lip that
Yeah.
she's like, okay, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna put your red lip
It
on
look horrible in a
and
red
your
lip.
black dress, and yeah, you're gonna go kill it for me. And I love you, Bea, but I just hit my lip. Speaking of lips.
But we can't rock a red lip.
No, like once in a while is okay. If it's like the holidays or like maybe a summery red, I like here and there. But I don't know, like just to like be like a red lip every event and trade show. I'm like, I don't know, I can't.
I actually want to see if for this event that I'm working this weekend, it's for Red Stripe, and I swear they put like to wear nice boots or wedges, classic makeup, red
Classic.
lips are great, and hairstyled.
Oh my god! Wait, what was the shoes? Did you
Wedges
say
or boots.
Oh, okay.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wedges would be cute. I don't see the boots with the red lip and the classic makeup and the
jeans in the summer.
Oh my gosh, that's another thing. They do that all the time. I feel like not all the time, but there's a good amount of time where I feel like they're not taking the weather into consideration, and I'm like, why am I wearing this in the summer? Like leggings and like
right.
That's like I don't know.
But it's also probably just a male rap and just not thinking about it really.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. Like the shit that we have to wear. Sometimes I'm like, who picked this out? Who picked this out? Because this is not even cute.
I need to send you a photo of this gold sequin dress.
My gosh.
A long sleeve gold dress, full sequin.
Oh my gosh.
And they sent it to me and they made me wear it to an event.
I was going to say, where were you going?
Humiliated.
Where were you going?
Atlantic City.
Okay.
So
that makes sense, but still.
It made sense, but it was so tacky. I could not.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of tacky stuff that I've had to wear. And just things that, I was like, no.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah. Like, I'm here for just, like, the t-shirt or tank top.
Mm-hmm.
The branded t-shirt or tank top. I'm actually going to do another, like, episode, like, a fun bonus episode, I think I told you, where I just go through all of my t-shirts and shit from these companies and just, like, rate them. Yeah. Just, like, a fun, like, episode, just, like, rate them. Because I actually brought it with me now.
Of you in them
yeah, I should do that. I have to find some, though. I recently came across one of me and you at Martell's in our Jaeger. We were outside. I know. We had, like, shorts on and our Jaeger shirt, and I don't even remember it, but yeah, I was like, oh my god,
I don't remember either, but it must have been like years ago.
Yeah, no, it definitely was for sure,
like at least 3 years ago.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, the contracts, I feel like in the beginning you're following them, but as you start doing more, I feel like you kind of just like you do what works. You know, you go and you look presentable. Well, we do at least.
Yeah, and then there's the other part of the contract, like if you call out, you have to pay $200.
Yeah, there's some crazy ones like that.
Yeah, even if you're sick or if something happens.
Some people do not fuck around with that.
Yeah, like if you don't show up to work, you're paying $200 because I guess that's how much how much our bosses are getting paid per
something like that,
event. Should we talk about the pay?
Did we talk about the pay?
How much we get paid?
I think we talked a little bit, but yeah, we it like varies completely.
Yeah, well, I think
liquor promotions in general, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I think it's pretty standard.
It's pretty standard, but there's also like those companies that will pay more like I worked for Creative State and they don't do a lot in Jersey at all, but I started doing liquor store promotions for them already kind of when I wrote off liquor store promotions because they were paying me like 35 to 40 an hour, which the standard is
really
like
good.
30, 29 to 30.
Yeah, I would say like $27 to $30 an hour.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty standard. And then if you're working like a trade show or a big event or something like that, sometimes they'll give you like a one number thing. It won't be hourly. Be like this for the day.
I haven't ran across that too much.
Yeah, no, me either. But outside of liquor, it's more so, I would say.
Yeah. And then you can also ask for travel pay.
Yeah. You can ask. But they're not always going to provide it, but
that are odd. Because I think that legally, like, they're required to pay you for travel if you're going
really?
a certain. Yeah, because like Lauren has told me that with her girls, because she owns the Princess Company, so her employees get paid a certain amount. It's like,
is that different though? Because
they're independent contractors.
They are as well. Okay. Mm-hmm. See, I don't know. That's something I would have to look into. If anyone knows, let us know because I have no idea. Yeah, but so recently, yesterday, I got a text to work in Connecticut, and it was going to be like a $40 travel stipend, and I'm like, yeah, so it was like rate is $100. Okay, so this was a text. It was from TCG, which is the Caddy Girls. Hi, I'm booking a few more girls for a fun charity golf tournament near Foxwood Casino in Connecticut on September 8th if you're available. I have a few more lodging spots as well. The rate is $100 plus $40 fuel plus great tips. Are you available? And I was just like, hi, I live in NJ, so that will be a little too far for the rate, but thank you. And she was like, they tip really well here, usually 200 plus, and then sent another message. I'm personally flying in from Miami. So I did think about it because like maybe it would be worth it, but $40 for the fuel, like, do they not know it's 2023 and the gas prices are insane right now? $40 is going to get me down the street.
Whose gas tank fills up for $40?
Yeah, so I was just like, I didn't even answer because I was just like, I wasn't completely ruling it out because it is a Friday and like I typically do have Fridays pretty flexible and open if I wanted to do it, but I don't know, she didn't even put the hours, which is another thing I hate now being a seasoned promo model. I hate those like random texts. This one was a little bit more detailed, but I hate the random texts that just say, hey, I'm looking for a girl to work like this promo, a really fun promo in Hoboken on blah blah blah. Okay, for who? What's the day? Yeah, like I need details. That was like another thing I wanted to talk about because I just feel like companies need to start giving more details. Like I get so annoyed when you just tell me like one little thing. Like I won't even work it because, and I feel like they do that a lot because they are working with girls that haven't done it that long, so they don't know to tell you like exactly to ask you like, okay, so what's the parking situation? Is there parking? Is there not parking? Do I have to pay for parking? And is it going to be reimbursed? And because I just recently actually had that like a month and a half ago or something. I had someone reach out to me and say like, oh, it's a fun promo in Hoboken for this date, that date, and another day. It was like 3 days or 2 days. I can't remember exactly. I think it was 3. And there was no like details, and I was like, okay, if maybe you're not from here, but do you know that Hoboken is like a city where you cannot fucking find parking for your life? So like, and if you are finding anywhere you park is pretty much gonna cost you. So let me know, am I getting reimbursed for this? Is it gonna be worth my drive to Hoboken from the shore? Right. Because if not, then I'm not gonna do it. So I like it to be all planned out in like full or whatever. Right. And sometimes they won't even tell me the outfit either. I'm like, okay, well, what am I expected to wear? Like, just give me everything up front so then I can like make my decision. Because then I'm like, yes, I'm available that day, but I will not be accepting this if it doesn't meet like whatever I want to do. Because, and I feel like that's like a PSA to a lot of like promo girls if you're just getting started. Like, this business is about you. Like, do what you want to do. And
the flexibility.
Exactly. You don't have to take what you don't want to take. And you don't have to do what you don't want to do. You know? And I know my worth in the promo industry, so that's another reason why I feel comfortable just like
We've been in it for
exactly.
a while.
Yeah.
So now we're comfortable with that.
Yeah, totally.
I keep thinking about when Charlie asked me to work for Top Flight for Pacifico.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the Pacifico bike tour.
Yeah, she asked me this one as well.
And I said yes to it because it was like 6 or 8 hours, like really good money.
I remember. I think we talked about that. I was like, that's so long on a bike. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and then it was, you're riding a bike in a bright yellow outfit. And I'm like, I'm absolutely not doing that. So I backed out.
You did? Okay, because I was like, I know you didn't take it.
No, at first I said that I would.
Okay,
and then
I didn't realize that.
I realized what the event would consist of. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not doing that unless I'm getting paid at least $10 to $15 more
extra
an hour, because that's you're doing more. You're wearing a costume. You're riding a bike for miles. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. No, I remember we texted about that, and I was like, there's no way I'm doing that, Fiona. Like, there's no way you're catching me on a bike in Belmar.
Yeah.
Hopping from bar to bar. Outfit.
And like, I do think that I've heard girls say that it was really fun, and I do think that it could be fun. I just think that the pay should be more.
It should be more. You're doing a lot. No offense, I don't love the outfit either.
I don't either. I mean, nobody really looks good in neon yellow.
No. So that's like another thing. It's like, come on. Like, if you guys want us to promote your product, like, give us a hot outfit, please.
At least a pastel yellow. Not neon yellow. God.
I don't know. But then again, there are those people that, like, at the bar, like, the guys that just, like, they don't care what you're wearing. They're just, like, a pretty girl. Yeah. They're just happy.
Literally.
So. Yeah, so another place that's, like, hard. I feel like the Shore sometimes has a lot of places that are annoying and hard to park at for our promos. Like Point Pleasant.
Rock. Oh, my God.
River Rock? Why?
I always drive around for a while, but it's not. Once you said, I know that's, like, in Point Pleasant, basically, but, like.
Yeah, well, it's brick, and there's at least a parking lot. Like, I like if there's a parking lot. But, yeah, it does get filled sometimes, that parking lot, River Rock.
But I guess that's not as bad as trying to park to get to somewhere like Martell's or Jenks.
No, Martell's and Jenks, those are a headache, especially if they want you on a busy day.
Mm-hmm. This weekend.
Oh, are you gonna be there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, did you tell me this?
Yeah, 12 to 3.
Oh, I think you did. What day again?
Mm-hmm. And then Donovan's on Sunday. Saturday, I'm gonna be at Jenks.
Saturday, you're gonna be at Jenks. What time?
12 to 3,
and then Donovan's is
2 to 4. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think that's what you did last time.
I don't know.
Yeah, last time it was around that. So, no, Martell's and Jenks are definitely ones that they're fun, but yeah, they're hard to find parking in Point. But yeah, when we did the Friday one, so we did a program for 3 olives. Rose
vodka.
Jinx. The 3 olives rose vodka, and they wanted us every Friday at Martell's. Mm-hmm. Pretty much every Friday. Hold on.
And some Saturdays. I think it was sometimes it was like 2 days
in a row. Okay, I think I mostly did the Fridays, and it would be like not super late. It was kind of like that time, like, people were getting off of work. So that wasn't as bad. Those weren't as bad. Really? I thought it was like 3 to 5.
Maybe.
Yes, around that.
Like midday.
Yeah, it was midday. I remember that. Those were fun. That we had 3 of us girls.
They were so fun.
They were fun. And also, like, Martell's was just a fun one for us to work at.
Yeah.
Shout out Trev.
We love you, Trev.
We love Trev. Trev was the manager. He's not anymore. He's at Jenks now, but he was at Martell's, and it's great when you just have, like, a chill manager that's just like, oh yeah, like, put your stuff there. Here's what the reps dropped off for you. Yeah, do you need anything? Like, do your thing. Like, not hounding you, not up your ass or anything. Right, just like let you do you. And
they're not our managers.
No,
like,
but
they don't have to manage us.
Exactly. But there's those few that will try, and
of course.
Yeah. So he was just like a fun one to work for in a way.
Yeah, and that event also, we had a cute outfit. So we had a little white tank top with pink writing on it saying like rose all day or something
So cute.
silly. And then we could wear whatever bottoms, I think jean shorts, or
they made it be white, which it still looked cute, but yeah, it
should have been
jean, maybe jean shorts would have been
I guess
cuter.
I blocked that out of my memory.
Yeah, so it was almost like a full white fit.
Yeah, that's kind of
but it had
but
yeah,
the top was cute.
the top was so cute, just like a simple tank top with, like she said, with the
Yeah.
pink writing that said rose all day, and then they had us just wear like white sneakers as well. So I think we all like wore our forces.
Yeah, everybody in
Or our
Air Forces.
Air Forces.
Yeah, and then there was a bar spend, and then we would just have the bartenders make the rosé slushies and then hand it out, and people loved it.
Yeah, I love when we have a little bar spend and when we have stuff to give out, and they had stuff to give out too, and they had like, I can't remember exactly what we were giving out, but I remember it was like cute.
Straw,
I remember it was cute.
Little straws.
Oh, okay, it was a straw.
Yeah, and then what else?
I don't know. I thought there was like not like was there a fan? Yeah, a fan that went into your phone.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think that was one of the things we gave out as well. What was the company we worked for and we gave out cute little lime keychains that were bottle openers? Do you remember that? Was it Patron? I think it might have. Oh, it might have been Corona.
Sounds like a Corona.
It might have been Corona. One of those. I don't know. Those were cute. Yeah, I remember work because it made me think of it because we're talking about Point Pleasant, and I worked at, it was not Jenks or Martell's, but it was like a bar on the other side of the boardwalk, and it was more restaurant-y vibes, like people were eating and stuff, but they did have a bar as well.
On the other side of the boardwalk?
Yeah, on the other side of the boardwalk.
Not past Jenks, like Jenks North.
Like across the way of Martell's.
Oh.
Yeah, across the way of Martell's was like, I don't know,
Oh,
like
that's so
boardwalk
weird.
bar and grill type of thing,
Okay,
something
yeah.
like that maybe. But me and Chandler did a promo there, and I remember that being one of the things that we gave out, and I thought it was like so cute.
Yeah, that is.
But yeah, I love when we have something that I actually feel like happy to give out. I'm like, oh my god, it's a cute little whatever.
Yeah, not like trash.
Exactly.
Or what was it that I was? Oh, I did a Miller Lite promotion at Bar A not that long ago, and they gave me patches to hand out, and everybody was like, I don't know how to sew, like I don't want this.
What?
And it was funny because
that's hilarious.
the one girl was handing out the koozies, and I got the patches, and everyone was saying yes to her, and then they were like, no, you don't want that to me, and they were like, sorry.
You played yourself by taking those ones to give out.
Yeah, I was like,
No, that's so funny. What is this? Like a soccer tournament? Like you
Girl
give out your
Scouts.
patches? Like, oh my
Put 'em
god,
on
that
your
is so
vest.
funny. I'm trying to think if I like can remember a worse one that I gave out, but I can't. There's definitely been things where I was like, what the fuck is this? But nothing I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think sometimes the pop sockets are cute, but also like I don't want a liquor branded pop socket.
On my phone. Yeah, no. But a lot of people are happy to get those. A lot of people are happy to get koozies and stuff. Me and Marissa talked about well, I don't even know if you guys are going to hear or listen to or see this before or after me and Marissa's, but in ours we talked about that.
Handing out.
Yeah, we talked about, what were we just saying? What was the bad one that we didn't like?
Well,
Oh no, well
that people do like.
yeah, so we were saying that people do like koozies, and then she was saying like she thinks what people like the most are hats, which I do agree. Like I feel like a lot of people do like hats and stuff.
Yeah, I was working at Headliner for that Aperol Spritz promotion, and they gave me T-shirts, which people love.
Oh yeah.
But they gave me women's and men's shirts, and the women's shirts were all a size small, and all of the men's shirts were in a size extra large. So they just assumed that every woman would be a small and every man would be an extra large. And I felt so uncomfortable walking up to everybody, and
we only have this.
And it was,
I hate saying that. Yeah.
It's so uncomfortable and rude to be like, oh, well, like we only have a size small, and then they ask me what size I'm in, and I'm like a small, because that's the only
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, like, no. Because it was also, like, an older crowd. So I feel like it was just, like, an uncomfortable position.
I don't even want to wear a small.
I want to wear an extra large men's shirt if I'm going to wear a Hanes t-shirt.
If I'm wearing a t-shirt, yeah, I like it oversized. I like it
big.
extra large. Yeah. If I'm going to get a small one, I wouldn't, but if someone were to get a small one, like, they would have to be a child. I don't know, like, really small. So I would feel bad too, and I feel like that's happened to us on a handful of occasion.
I just feel like it's rude.
Yeah, just have more sizes. Come on.
Yeah, be more inclusive.
Exactly. Why are we only... Yeah. And even if you don't want to have that many t-shirts, still have just, you know, different range of sizes.
Yeah, like give the same amount but different sizes. Like, still
exactly.
give 10 t-shirts.
Yeah, but you can do, you know, 3 of this, 3 of that, 3 whatever, exactly. Not just like a big chunk of this and a big chunk of that. I feel like we've dealt with that a few times. Mm-hmm. Like the Devils promos, I feel like we were dealing with that a lot.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Devils promos, do you feel like you like working in a group like that, or do you like to be solo dolo?
Ooh, well, I think that was fun because it was like me, you, and Tiffany, and then like a couple.
It's your friends.
Yeah.
I feel the same.
So of course that's gonna be fun, and if I could work with you at every event, like, great.
Yeah.
But I'd rather work by myself.
So funny. I'm the same way.
I'm so, like, also introverted and
yeah.
Social.
I literally said that before. Yeah. Myself. When I wrote down the question, I said that to myself. I was like, I'm kind of like, like to work solo if you're not putting me with my friends. Like, and that I don't know how that sounds, but I don't know. Sometimes though, like, I'll be in the mood to mingle, and then like I'll like to work with like a group, but I don't know. It's kind of nerve-wracking for me because I never know. Are we going to vibe? Are we not going to vibe? Are we going to click? Or is there going to be drama? Or just, I never know sometimes.
Yeah,
so
I think that some girls are very set in how they want to go about things.
That too.
And I'm, like, I had that recently. Like, the girl wanted to hand out things in a specific order. And
oh, really?
I just don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I just want to do things at my pace. My way.
What did she want to do? What was her like thought process?
She wanted to wait to do the bar spend and hand
instant no right there.
She wanted to hand out all of the POS separately. We didn't even walk together. She walked away from me and started handing it out. And then I just walked back to the bar and waited for drinks because I was kind of pissed off at that point. And then I waited for the bar spin, and then I was walking around with that because that's what's more important. Like, and we should really do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I carry the shots and you carry the POS or vice versa.
Yeah. So how do you feel about like the divide and conquer? How do you feel about divide and conquer when they tell you like, can you guys split up? And
yeah, no, I think that if you're put with another girl, it's really they say that it's for liability issues so that you're safer together. So we should stay together. We should.
Yeah, I like staying together. I think from every standpoint, I see staying together to be more beneficial because a lot of people are, first of all, when you're splitting up, you don't know if the girl that you hired to be your brand rep or brand ambassador, your promo model, whatever, is she like the type that like gets a little shy? Because there are them out there.
They
like,
won't talk.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, even though this is a job where you need to leave that at the door and just say what you got to say and talk to who you got to talk to, there's a lot of girls that will take it because the money's good and because a lot of times you can get away with doing whatever because a lot of times.
Yeah. I'm just getting pissed off thinking about it. Because I guess, like, I'm more introverted, but when I go to work, I'm very extroverted and I'll talk to anybody.
Because that's our job. I feel the same way. I'm the same exact way.
Have to.
Yeah. And we're getting paid to do that. Yeah.
So when I work with a girl and you're going up to every single person sitting at a bar and you make me say the same spiel 100 times and you don't say anything, I'm annoyed at that point.
Oh, I will do it for a little bit, and then I'm going to say, it's your turn. Like, I'm going to be here for you.
Yeah.
I'm standing right behind you. If you mess up your words,
Yeah.
whatever, I got you. I get that it's nerve-wracking. I get that you might feel uncomfortable,
Well,
but
nice.
you're doing this job. No, it's nice of you to keep your mouth shut the whole time and just be annoyed, but I'm going to be like, you're doing this, girl. I will hold your hand and help you, but I'm not going to sit here the entire night and be the one to do it. Because I even have a friend that's like, I love you. You're one of my best friends, but as a promo model, I don't really want to get work with you because you're not Ariel. I love you. But in the back in the day, she would not be the one that wants to like go up to someone. Like I would be the one all night like initiating the combo. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? I'm so passive aggressive because sometimes I'll walk up with a girl and if I've said it 10 times I'll just go up and just stare at the people and just wait and it'll be uncomfortable. I'll just wait until they say something.
Oh my gosh. Till they say something or she says something?
No, until the girl steps
okay. I was
gonna say something. Oh my god.
Until they're just like, hi, can I help you?
But like some girls get it. It's just like comfortable, like I'm gonna say it twice, then you go up to 2 people and like you just get that like
I love that when
it's just like socially acceptable, like it flows. And
like,
then some girls just don't.
Like when you're at like those stop signs or whatever and you just know like you know the flow to take turns. Like I hate when the people don't know the flow. And it's like I love when it just goes and flows, like we said. Like you're just like, and that's like how I feel when like we work together and stuff. It's just like you did it this time, I want to do it that time, you did that. Like it's just
that's probably why we became friends.
That's true. So true.
Got each other.
So true. But yeah, no, that's why it's like I feel like it's dependent for me whether I'm happy to work in a group or I prefer to work alone. Very dependent.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But liquor, like trade shows, I would say that I like to have someone next to me because it's such a long day, long event that you're there and you like it gets lonely when you don't have anyone. Like I've had that before where no one was even like around me and I was just like, oh my god, like I'm kind of like getting bored. I need some sort of entertainment or something.
Right, and you really can't be on your phone at an event like that.
No, exactly.
So then you're just sitting like staring. And
yeah,
it is nice to have somebody with you.
Exactly, and it gets tiring too, like working those long trade shows. So it's nice when you have someone to like pick up the slack for you a little bit or something like that, you know, when you're after all those hours.
Over working alone. They put me at a Tito's table once at a trade show by myself making cocktails. Like
oh wow, yeah, that's a lot.
Full-blown bartender making cocktails, and I was by myself. Like you don't get tips for that.
Yeah, no, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Tito's did that because Tito's I feel like is typically the type that's like they have a lot of girls.
Yeah,
usually.
They usually have a lot of girls. It's usually batched. Sometimes even
mine's it's typically batched. I feel like in the keg. Yeah, that's how mine
like
was the last time.
With this event, it was a mess.
Yeah. Do you feel like you like indoor events or outdoor events better?
Ooh, it depends. I mean, I'm thinking about
everything is dependent, but that's like I'm the same way.
Yeah, I love outdoor events like golf outings and stuff like that. And actually bar events. I think I'd rather be outside.
Same.
But we live by
weather
the beach.
permitting, I'd rather be outside.
Yeah, but I've also worked events where it was like freezing and I was outside and it was like actually not okay.
Well, that's happened to me before, and that was the first time I ever got taken off of a promo.
Why?
For speaking up about the conditions I was working in. And I literally...
Who took you off?
Okay. Story time. This is kind of a long one, so let me get comfy. But anyways, I was working for this company called B9 Models. I've told you about them before. They're a big company in New York. Yeah. They're like a pretty big company in New York. Not like big, but they do a lot of events, mostly in the city. That's the one I did the... PFL I was telling you about, the Professional Fighters League, and I've done a few events for them that I really enjoyed. I did anthropology in the city for them. That was so fun and just like an experience, but this was one of my worst promo experiences ever. And yeah, it ended up being with them, unfortunately, but it was for Daily Harvest. I want to say that like smoothie slash like whatever health like company. Yeah. And it was, I don't, oh, I wish I knew what season it was, but I'm not sure. I know it was like cold. I know it was around football season, but football lasts a while. So it lasts a while though. So I'm not exactly
like
sure, but like, yeah, maybe around that. And it was in Philly. So I started taking, as you know, I started taking some promos in Philly because that's where my boyfriend at the time was living, my ex. And it was, I don't remember exactly like where it was, Center City. I don't freaking know. But it was a few days of this event, and we had to wear, I don't even know, like these ugly jumpsuits. First of all, it was so weird. We looked like we were just leaving jail or we were garbage men. Like, I don't know. It was not cute at all. And yeah, so we were supposed to be like by their machine. They had like a machine out there, and they were just like having people come and try a sample out of the machine.
Okay.
And the first day we get there, and it's me, this other guy, and then this girl, and then I think there might have been like one other person. I cannot remember exactly, but I know like the three of us were like the main people, I'm pretty sure. So we get there, and then like the rep that's there for Daily Harvest or whatever, there was a few of them. They were all like nice, they were cool, whatever. So the first little bit, we were just standing there doing the whole like sampling, and then a few minutes go by, and then one of the reps was like, I want to walk around with you guys and like get a few shots or whatever. Actually, I don't think she was a rep. I think that the reps hired her as like a photographer for this thing, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm like, why would she like had a professional camera and everything. And
she's a photographer.
Yeah, she's a photographer. So she was like going around and taking pictures of us, which the girl that I was working with was already like, she's like, she cannot be using these pictures of me because I'm like an actual model. I'm like, I need to get paid extra for this. And stuff like that. Yeah. So
why did you accept a promo modeling job?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get like where she's coming from a little bit, because if you are like like a
don't do
yeah,
that
but
job.
then exactly, just like speak up or whatever. But so anyways, that was like the little bit in the beginning, and then she kind of sent us on our own. The sales rep did, after the photographer took pictures of us. She was like, oh, you guys can like walk around, and I don't even remember what the hell like we were walking around. I think we were just telling people like to go buy the thing and go try a sample, something like that. I can't exactly remember, but all I remember is that one of those things where like we didn't need to be exactly on site, like we had freedom to walk around. So I can't remember if it was the girl or the guy that lived in Philly. One of them lived in Philly, resided in Philly, and the other one flew in from, I think, Miami.
Maybe
and they were friends. They were already like really good friends with each other. They knew each other. Whoever, if it was the guy flying in or the girl flying in, I can't remember. Whoever was flying in was staying with the other one.
Okay.
So I was kind of like, you know, a little bit on the outskirts because they already knew each other or whatever. But they were nice and they were cool and they were accepting of me. And like we were all hanging out, kikiing, chilling. So then all of a sudden, the guy, I think it was the guy, I can't remember. But they were basically like, okay, like, well, you know, we're going to go chill now at home and meet us back at this time so that we can like, you know, check out together basically.
During the event?
Yeah, literally. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to just walk the streets of Philly by myself in this fucking garbage suit and like promote this shit myself. Like, I don't even feel safe doing that. So I'm texting my ex, and I'm like, okay, like, I think like I have to go back. And I think he was at work or something. I don't remember, but he wasn't back in the apartment yet. I think he was at work. And I'm just like, I don't have a key to get back into your place. Like, I don't know.
Oh my
the
God.
code. I don't know like anything, because he did have a spare key and like a lockbox type of thing, and I didn't have the code for it or anything. So I'm literally just like blowing up his phone, like they're about to, because they were nice enough at least to be like, we'll drop you at your boyfriend's, and then
How
like
long was the event that they had?
it was a
time to go
long time.
home?
It was like hours and hours. The event
my
was, yeah,
God.
it was like a long event that we were working, and yeah, so they were just gonna go home and chill, and then they were like texting me when to come back and stuff like that. So I came back and whatever, checked out for the day, and well,
You-
eventually I made it into his apartment. He
Okay.
ended up answering, and then like I got in and chilled out or whatever. So then I got back like whenever they told me to go back, and then we ended up checking out, and that was that. So day one, done, easy, complete, cool. If this is what they want it to be, then whatever. Like I
Yeah.
really don't feel like I have a
Go
say
home and
now.
chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if they just want to not actually like do the shit, then whatever. Because it's not the first time that like something like that's happened. You
Yeah.
know, like I feel like a few times people are just like, okay, well, no one's like looking at us now or watching us now, so we're just gonna not do whatever we're supposed to be doing. But anyways, so then day two comes, and then it ends up, it must have been a weekend, because I know Craig didn't have work, because I remember he was home at this point, so he was able to actually bring me to the promo, and like I was able to have him whenever I needed him to come like get me or whatever. So he dropped me off. It was a horrible, cold, windy, rainy morning, and I was already just like, oh my God, this is like shitty ass weather to be outside in. Like I don't want to be doing this. And then I get a text. I don't remember if it was before I got to the promo or like around when I got there, because we were all in this like van, and that was kind of our meeting spot to like change, and they were giving us our uniforms there and shit like that. And I don't remember what happened, but the guy and he was the team fucking lead. That's another thing to get into about team leads. So he was the team lead. So he was the one that was able to say like who was going to do what, whatever. So he's like, oh yeah, like the rep. I don't know if it was the rep. I think it was the rep. He was like, oh, wants like someone to stay at the thing. So you're going to stay, and us two are going to go be on the street. Yeah. Literally, that was my face. I was just like, this is about to be a horrible fucking day. I was like, this is about to be a horrible day. He played me. He played me. But if it was me, I would have like, like obviously I'm going to be the one that gets the freaking, you go over there, because I'm not part of their little whatever, and he's the team lead, so he gets to say. So of course, their asses went the F home and had a nice chill rainy day, and I was stuck next to that thing. It's torrential downpour, Fiona. It's coming down so hard. It's so cold. My feet at this point are in a puddle, so my socks are getting soaked. I don't know why this random guy, this other guy next to me, no one, but this other guy next to me that was like working too, I don't even know if he was part of like the group that got hired, or he was just, I don't know, but he was just like, he was miserable too, but he was just like taking it, and I was like, this is not right at all. So I was like texting like B9. I can't remember exactly who I was texting from it, but I was just like, I need to go. Like, I'm not doing this, because at that point I was just like, I'm sniffling and I'm cold and the rain's coming down, and I'm just like, I'm like, this is miserable. Like, yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck, bro? I was so annoyed and upset, and I left. Like, I texted the like B9 models that I was leaving, because the conditions were just like horrible. So I stayed for a few hours, and I was like, I'm leaving. So I had Craig come and get me, and then I don't remember if it was the night of or the next morning, I got a text like saying like, don't come to the third day because you're done. And that was the first time I ever got told to like not come back. They're like, we decided, though? Yeah, I got paid for what I worked, which I needed to, because I would have freaked the F out, because I stood there and did what the F I was asked of, So I wanted to. So Jordan is one of the girls that works for B9 Models. I worked with her as a promo model when we did the PFL thing, and she was like super cool. We follow each other on Instagram. She's a really cool chick. But she's a little bit like of a higher up now, and she was in that moment as well. So I was like very tempted to just like, rat their asses out and tell them the story. But at that point, I just like, I didn't even want the drama, and I was like, it's gonna be he said versus she said, and I don't even want to deal with that, because that guy, he seemed like the type that would have like started with me if I were to. Yeah, he was very like extra and stuff, and I feel like like they might have even all known each other, like the girl Jordan and them. So I was just like, I don't even want to, you know, go ahead and tell the story.
Though.
But I mean, if she hears it,
said that you're, I'm happy that you said that you're gonna leave though, because they should care about your well-being and they shouldn't make you work in pouring rain.
I couldn't take it for one more second.
Cold.
I couldn't. I really couldn't.
What's the point of that?
Yeah, it was miserable. No one was even around. I was just like, I really can't do this. I was like, this is fucked up, like, to be in this. Even, like, Greg was like, I can't even believe they still have you out there right now.
Yeah.
I was like, me either, honestly. And just, like, standing out there miserable with the conditions, and then in the back of my mind knowing that the other two are literally chilling inside right now at their apartment, hanging out, warm, dry, and just, like...
Oh, no,
it made me so mad. It made me so mad. So honestly, when I got the text, I was low-key happy. I was like, Craig, we can hang out tomorrow and like do whatever. Like, I don't have to do this promo anymore.
Like, the money isn't even worth
no,
it.
I was so mad at that point. I didn't even want to like be around those two either, because he like upset me by doing that, because they just didn't even care. He was just like, yeah, you're gonna go there and we're gonna do this. Yeah, I was just like, okay, cool, sounds good. So oh my god, that was like one of my worst ones, and it sucked because I really liked B9 and stuff. I thought like maybe they would hold it against me or whatever, but I worked like maybe a year after that, like with them, like for an event in my town, which I'm glad they didn't, and they shouldn't, because like I said, like I do my job well, and I know I do, and I know I'm a good promo model. So like, if you don't want to hire me because I stuck up for myself and not wanting to work in those conditions, and that's kind of your loss, because now you have two people that are going to take on your promos, take your money, and not actually execute them. Yeah.
I think also maybe they don't know the weather. Like, they don't know what's going on.
No, they did, because she was telling me, she's like, if it gets super bad, go take a break in the van thingy. Like a 5-minute break in the van. Yeah, something like that, they said.
Yeah, I feel like that's crazy, and that also like makes me think about the whole eating thing, and like just like our like our whole well-being. Like, they don't care.
Yeah, a lot of people don't care, and that's sad. But yeah, there's like a big thing about whether we're allowed to eat or not, and it's just like crazy to me, because if there's laws against that. So if it's a 2-hour promo, no, I don't need to eat. I'm not going to eat. Be professional. Don't eat. But if you're there all day and it's like a long trade show, a long charity event, a long golf outing, a long anything, you need to eat or you're going to pass out.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just absolutely ridiculous. And like, why do they not want us to eat in front of people?
Yeah, I don't know.
If they're offering, like, I got this email.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was the recent email you sent me? Because I was like, oh my gosh, they're really bringing down the hammer.
This was an email titled important.
That's it? Just important?
Just important. And it said,
are we disclosing who it's from?
It's from Vita.
Okay, V squared, B9 V squared,
V squared, which is now Vita.
Oh, it's called Vita now. Okay, okay.
And they have new owners and managers, I believe, and they're a good company. Like, they're very organized and like they're good.
I've never worked with them, but I've heard honestly horror stories. I've actually heard mixed reviews, but I want to say like 60% like have been a little bit like shady in a way.
Yeah, I think, well, honestly,
or drama.
What we were talking about before with contracts and looks, when I was hired originally with V Squared, they asked me how tall I am, and I said I'm 5'7", and they said, oh my god, perfect, you're tall enough to be in our special set promo models. So I got to be a special model that I was paid more because I was tall, and they had me do an interview for that team, and I met with the owner of the company previously. I don't think she's still the owner.
Okay.
And she FaceTimed me, and she told me to wear a crop top, and she made me go on the camera and put it up and walk far back to show her my stomach to see if I was skinny enough to be accepted into their team.
That is crazy. Especially, did you just think like you're just, joining a promo company and like you're not at Wilhelmina Models or something?
Yeah,
like,
I feel like they thought
you
that
were
it was,
like meeting with Tyra Banks for America's Next Top Model, and she could be like,
yeah, and she was like, I know, like, some girls don't like this.
don't like what?
Showing their stomach,
Uh,
obviously.
oh my gosh.
It was so
That's so uncomfy.
bizarre to me and uncomfortable and wrong. But yeah, so this is the same company, and they said, it has come to my attention that at multiple events, brand ambassadors are eating. I
Not eating.
I want to make this very clear. There will be absolutely no eating during or after your event.
Not after.
If you are offered food, if you're offered food from a rep or manager, please thank them and politely decline. And then she went on, the only exception to this rule would be if you would like to order food to go after your event and pay for it yourself.
But do not be seen eating that.
Yeah, basically,
What?
it creates problems and confusion. That's what they said, which I don't believe that. I think it has to do with like fat phobia.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. I don't think I've seen anyone ever be offended by me eating at a promo.
I sure hope that they're not, and if they are, they have a problem.
Yeah. And I've actually had like pretty good experiences when it came to this. I've only really had great sales reps that I work with that have been like, can I get you something? What do you need? This, that, and the other. And I appreciate that so much. Like, they don't need to do that at all. They do not need to go above and beyond and ask me if they can get me something or ask me like anything like that. But to not allow someone, that is absurd.
Right. And like, I'm not going to be eating at my table or wherever I'm working. Like, I'm not going to be eating something that makes me messy either.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going to use gum after. Like, I'm not like,
I'm gonna use the gum after.
Did I say the gum?
No, but I'm
Oh
just
my
like
God.
the way that you said it. You're like, I'm gonna use gum.
Yeah, like, we don't
Well,
wanna
no,
be
don't
messy,
chew
and
gum
we
while
don't
you're
wanna
talking to
be-
people.
Oh, shoot, we're not allowed to
Rad
chew
yourself
gum
out.
either.
I'm dead.
But it's just like, it's just ridiculous.
But I can draw the line there where you said like you won't eat in like right in the front of people like that, and I feel the same way. Like, don't do that. And I have seen
it's
girls
rude.
blatantly do that and like be talking and like taking bites.
No.
Don't do that. Put your shit to the side. If
Yeah.
someone's coming up to you at like a trade show or something, put your stuff to the side in the
Yeah.
back and then go up, do your job first, and then go back when you know,
Right,
when you
just
have
like
a minute.
If you worked at Target or PacSun or an office,
Yeah.
you would go eat, take your break, and then come back.
Yeah, well, there are those occasions where you can't take like a full on break for some reason,
yeah,
and
just,
then
like,
you
shove food in
can
your mouth and then come
exactly,
back.
yeah, where it would be like I would be at the forefront, and then like you could go, shove your face, and then we would switch
Yeah,
really quick or something,
Exactly.
or like even the sales rep would step in and do that for me sometimes, where he's like, you go
They
sit back
do.
there and like eat, and I
Yeah.
will, take the
Right.
the next wave of people.
Because they're humans and they understand
Yeah.
that we need to eat
Exactly.
to have energy and to be able to talk to hundreds, if not thousands, of people at events.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy.
Exactly. But if you're the girl like blatantly eating in front of like customers while you're like talking to them, like please stop, because you're ruining it for
I
the
guess-
rest of us.
Yeah, and I guess like maybe in a way, like that's why they have
That's-
to write these emails.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
I
like
feel like
there's
it's a
those few
little
that
bit
have
of
done.
fat phobia and a little bit of
Yeah.
that if one person ruins it, they ruin it for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, but 2023, the promo girl model world has expanded.
PSA, everybody.
has expanded so much that, like, there's so many different looks out there now. Well, okay, so yeah, basically, I feel like nowadays in 2023, the promo world has expanded so much. We see promo models in all shapes and sizes now. Like, I feel like,
and ages.
exactly, like, even though a contract might say one thing, I feel like a lot of these companies have expanded their rosters and are more accepting of someone who maybe doesn't fit the ideal mold that
Yeah, and I think that's how it should be. And I think also maybe companies need to change their contracts, like even moving back to what we spoke about in the beginning, like maybe it needs to be more inclusive.
Yeah, I think so, because there's some great girls out there that don't fit that exact mold, but they will do a killer job, at promoting your product, selling your product, whatever it may be. So I'm glad that it's kind of taking that turn and we're seeing, more people able to do this job, because it really is a fun gig. And I feel like it's so different and so flexible, and I don't know, I love it. And I think we said it last time, but if you ever get the chance to be a promo girl or do a promotion, definitely try it out. Exactly. Yeah. So, all right. That was fun. Thanks again for coming on for part 2. I'm glad we have so many stories, so I feel like it's just never ending. But yeah, possibly part 3. Who knows? Let us know and give us some of your guys' stories. I love hearing. I love hearing what other people have to deal with or been through. Yeah. All right. Well, exactly. Any comments, concerns, let us know. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Fiona, for coming back. And yeah, see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.